What is up, Carmination? We're back. Another edition. I feel like we've been gone for way too long, but it's the U.S. Open at Winged Foot. So excited. I've missed golf. I've kind of taken the last few weeks off, really since the end of the playoffs. It feels so much longer. It really has only been a few weeks. But I'm excited to get into this. Sam, have you been playing the last few weeks? I know you've been dabbling with the content at dfskarma.com. Shout out to Bet Karma. I got the gear on today as well. Feeling it. My betting saved me yesterday in DFS NFL. I got punched in the face with DFS, but man, betting once again saved me. So let's talk about it, Sam. Let's get into it. Winged Foot. I mean, we're looking at probably the toughest track of the year. I mean, is that wrong? I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't dove into the details, but let's hear it from you. Let's start talking U.S. Open, man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've had a couple times I'm like, this course is so tough, and then these guys come out and just kind of slaughter it, and it is what it is. I just do not see any way. I mean, this course is like, so they played back here in 06. The cut in 06 was plus 10. The scoring average was like 75. I mean, this course is just, it's insane. I think it's most famous when Phil totally choked at the end, which I loved on 18, needed to make bogey, made double. Lost to Jeff Ogilvy. I mean, like these fairways are like 20 yards wide for comparison. Like last week, the Safeway, those are like 30. And this rough is like 3 to 5 inches thick. So like if you miss the fairway, it's like you're just not, like you can't advance the ball. Like these greens are pretty large. They're really fast. In 2006, they hit like 50% of fairways, I think, 52% of greens. The scrambling percent was 40. For reference, if people don't know, the scrambling percentage on tour average is like 62 or 63. Like you just like, it's insane. Every single hole back then, average over par. I mean, this week is all about, I'm putting such a premium on, it's tough because it basically, you have 6 guys who hit it long and, you know, really straight. You go and just plug them in and let me know who they are. But you got to hit the fairway. You have to hit the green. And I just think it's weird in this day and age where these guys go so low. I'm like not prioritizing, you know, birdies really at all. I'm not really prioritizing putting. It's all about fairways and then looking at kind of these harder courses you guys have played, like Balters Roll, Oakmont. Oakmont's where DJ won, Bethpage Black, Torrey Pines. I mean, these places where this missing the fairway is so penal. So it's going to be a good test. I will be very shocked if the winning score is under par. I mean, I keep alluding to 06. I mean, Jeff Ogilvy won, and he did not shoot under par a single day. So it's pretty tough.
It's crazy.
And yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be interesting how people build their rosters. I mean, cut is top 60, not top 65. So it's like if 2 or 3 chalk guys miss the cut, you're going to be very live with like a 2 or 3 out of 6, I think. So should be a good one. Fun to watch.
Man, I am so excited to make some bets and some DFS lineups. I mean, you know what I miss, honestly? I miss the 4-day sweat. I know that's what I miss. I mean, yes, I miss golf in general, but there's something about kind of watching the anticipation early Thursday morning and then sweating it out Friday and then seeing if you have a shot going into the weekend. And that's why, in my opinion, golf still is my favorite DFS sport by far. So, yeah, I mean, it's the way you laid out things really makes you think as far as roster construction goes this week, because I think we all can agree that people are going to do their homework. I mean, they're going to come to these same conclusions. So I would assume that, and again, it's early, it's Monday right now, no ownership projections out. I mean, you would assume that more of the concentration is going to be on the same type of players. I mean, I could be wrong, but again, we've done this all year, the last 3, 4, 5 years. Like I think we had a pretty good idea of where people are going to go. Now, I just think honestly, like you're going to have to make 1 to 2 contrarian pulls in your lineup. It's really the only way that you're going to have a shot. And there will be 1 or 2 random guys that spike. I mean, it's golf. Yeah. Let's be real.
I think overarching, what I will say is that this week, and you can see it, I just updated for the first time our dashboard on dfskarma.com, and I'm putting such just a more premium on kind of the guys I'm projecting to finish, you know, in the top 5, top 10, top 20, because finishing points will be insane. I mean, if you look at that tournament, was that BMW, the one that the Rahm DJ playoff? I mean, John Rahm, I think, had 94 DraftKings points to win, and 30 of those were just for winning. So, like, it's not like they're racking up 150 points and things like that. So I'm definitely valuing a lot more guys who I think can actually finish up top rather than, the classic, like, oh, well, he could finish 30th, but he makes the 5th most amount of birdies. I just don't see that happening.
So another thing that we talk about a lot in our podcast, to your point, DraftKings scoring, yada, yada, there's only, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only 2 par 5s, and one of them is pretty much untouchable for an eagle, correct?
Yep. There's like one that you should birdie, and that's about it. The other one plays over.
That takes out a ton of, the ideology of like, well, let's go back to the infamous Tony Finau. Well, Finau, he's going to get his eagles. He's going to score DraftKings points. I mean, you got to take all this out the window this week. I mean, that's why, and I hate saying this, especially being on this podcast, but I feel like you got to get a little lucky this week. That's just my 2 cents. I mean, when you're taking out, all this studying of who scores what, where, when, how, why. I mean, like you just said, you got to have a few guys in the top 5. You just, there's no other way to score points this week. So, all right, let's just start it off. We'll start up top. DJ, the one thing I don't like about this week is not only is he playing unbelievable, potentially the best stretch of golf of his entire career, he's the right play, and he's going to be the right play in a lot of lineups. I don't know really if I'm probably going to play much cash this week, honestly. I mean, maybe I make a couple of the builds in the big single entry double ups, but I'm making 3 lineups, and then I'll probably use our optimizer for the 20 max stuff. But DJ's the obvious play of the week. I just hate it because he makes so much sense. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, normally it's like, well, we can talk about this guy, this guy, this guy. DJ is going to hit it long. He's going to hit it straight. He's got a short game. His putter's on fire. I mean, DJ's the play. And then real quick, and I'll ping it to you, like Rahm, I don't even want to play Rahm because as much as I love Rahm, this is the type of track where you can see him literally like, just punching one of those signs, walking the whole 6 after, double bogey, triple. Like, Rahm doesn't do well in these type of courses. Like, this is my boy. I love my boy Rahm. I'm not playing Rahm. I think Justin Thomas doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, I know this is an ass backwards way of thinking about things, but JT gets way too wild at times. And, I'm going, like you said, for me, I made 3 builds last night. My premium is such, just get in the fairway. Like, I want the guys in the fairway. JT gets a little too wild. Rory, I don't know, man, with the whole baby thing. I mean, it's crazy that I'm kind of like crossing those guys out, but that's where I'm starting. It's like DJ, and then I'm kind of dropping down. I know that could be bad. It could be a really bad take, but
no,
that's where I'm at.
I don't disagree. I mean, the only reason I agree with what you're saying, I will probably, DJ is playing too well. I mean, the thing is, the only reason I might have interest in JT is if he kind of becomes a forgotten man, only because people know how electric DJ and Rahm have been, and then everyone's going to play Xander because he has like 3 straight top 6 or top 7s U.S. Open. He just seemed to always play well. He's always popular. But I agree with you. I mean, JT, he ranks for me like 98th in bogey avoidance because he makes so many birdies. That's why he does so well, but he makes a lot of bogeys. I agree. I mean, I think above 10K, the guys I like, honestly, are DJ, and then are people going to like go back to Morikawa, like just because he just won? Like, ooh, I mean, he hits so many fairways. You have to hit long irons, like 200 plus. That's like, he's might be the best in the world right now besides Justin Thomas. So I don't know. I mean,
so you already stole my thunder, Sam. Come on, bro. Morikawa is my boy. You know how much money the Carmination is won with Morikawa this year, excuse me. I think, first of all, when I looked at, the early setup, and I know it's early, and I was kind of digesting some of the routes I want to go in my lineups, Morikawa, besides DJ, Morikawa is like my second favorite player on this entire board, strictly for the things that you just brought up. And I like the baked-in game theory of, you ready for it, Sam? he's tired. He's won too many big tournaments this year.
Awesome.
He's played way too well. He's tired. So,
Well,
that,
and
Sam.
also, I
People
think,
are not going to play him.
I think in a vacuum, Morikawa probably is slightly overpriced too, to like the average.
Yes.
So I think that makes him one, which I like. I mean, if I had to guess, I mean, I'll have my stuff up tomorrow. The highest owned guys in the slate will be Xander, Webb, probably Patrick Reed, maybe Finau or something. So I don't see a ton of people going to Morikawa. I mean, Bryson has looked horrific. Webb's a stud. Cantlay hasn't had it. So it's like, I don't know. I think Morikawa is the obvious pivot off of Xander. Oh, yeah. Are you playing Xander?
Man, this is the one guy that's, we can't win on them all, right? Me and you, I'm hanging my L. Like, I get him wrong every time. So when I play him, he misses the cut. When I don't play him, he top fives. So I honestly, man, here's my gut. He's a great play this week. I'm probably going to play him in one of my 3 lineups. I'm going to take my emotions out of it. You're right. He always does well in the US. I mean, he just does well in the big boy tournaments. I'm playing him. And honestly, I do think the X-Man is a better play. I hate saying it, than Rory, JT, and Rahm. And yeah, he's probably going to be freaking chalk because of that. But that's why I love Morikawa just as much, because of that pivot right there. Same price point.
Yeah, I mean, moving down, what do you want to go from like the 9s or lower than that up to?
Yeah, we'll stop it. Let's just stop at freaking Tiger. Why not? So we'll go down to Tiger at 8,600. So we have a little bit of a decent range. I'll let you kind of take this range.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Bryson, dude, I don't care how far he hits it. He can't keep the ball on the course, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be the worst play in this entire slate, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I was making like 50 lineups, I would absolutely put him in like 3 because he's not. No one he's so bad. Webb is playing too well to not play him or not at least consider him. He's just good in every facet of his game. I really like. I think he's finally starting to kind of get better at it. Hideki, I like a lot. I wish so bad that Fleetwood hadn't forgotten how to hit his irons, because he sets up for this course so well, in my opinion. But he just, oh man, I don't know what, he has just not looked very good. But I think my favorite in this range besides Hideki is Adam Scott. I think he's looked pretty solid. He's always a bad putter, which I don't think is that big of a deal here, but he just ranks pretty well. I mean, he's actually, like Hideki, they're both terrible putters, but they're really good around the green. If they didn't miss every 5-footer they had, they'd be really good. But like around the green, I mean, Hideki had that epic one at the a couple weeks ago, but I like them a lot. Hideki hits a lot of fairways and he hits it a mile. So those are probably my favorites. And I already know you're going to play Finau. Definitely not playing him. Jason Day, no.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to Finau this week, only because he's got a little bit of JT in him where, yeah, he's got the hot rounds, but, Finau needs to score points. Like, he's a DraftKings points player, and this is not a DraftKings points freaking tournament. So
yeah, this isn't the kind of thing where he can be out of it and then give you like a Saturday 63. Like, that's just not even possible. So.
Yeah, I'm not playing Finau. He will be 18 to 20% owned, but I'm probably not playing him. I mean, piggyback off what you said, Webb is an elite play. I would assume Webb potentially could be chalk. I mean, it's all relative because all these guys are going to be owned, but Webb's like a good 20% owned guy. Like if you had to play him, again, if you're playing cash lineups, Hideki bought, 9,000. That's just too cheap. He has been erratic at times, but he's playing unbelievable, like all around golf. I mean, it actually is incredible to watch him scramble, and he's making putts. I'm just kind of like, wow, Hideki. Like, I mean, you're close. He's close to putting it together, in my opinion. 9K is just too cheap, and he's more accurate than people think. He's just kind of had a weird few tournaments in general. Like, I wouldn't. Also, Sam, by the way, I'm straight up asking you point blank. I'm actually not looking into stats this week really that much at all. I mean, is that a hot take or?
No, I tend to agree. I mean, I'm looking at very basic ones, but I think form is more important. And I'm honestly looking at, you'll see in my article tomorrow and everything, I'm looking, instead of course history, I'm looking at like course fit based on a lot of these courses I talked about more than anything. And guys, I mean, I agree. I think stats are like my lowest weighted kind of thing in my model. I don't hate that. Like I said, I'm not even really looking at, which is probably stupid.
Real quick, Tommy Pickles, Tommy Fleetwood, he did come in third place at the Portugal Masters last week. So take that for what it's worth. Yesterday, third place. He finished with a round of 64. The whole traveling across seas thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's an interesting play.
The reason why Tommy worries me, his last 2 tournaments, I believe, before the Europe one, like on the PGA, he like gained like 7 strokes putting in 2 straight events and lost like 6. Like he literally was hitting it all over the course and was just making everything. I may go if people aren't going to play him. I may go for it because I think obviously I like him playing harder conditions. Yeah. So Tiger, I'm obviously going to play him. I don't think he's the right. I mean, I don't know.
But this is the tournament Tiger could win.
Yeah,
he could win.
He could. Obviously, he can win anytime he tees it up. I mean, for what it's worth, when I look at course fit and those other courses, he is my number 2. But I'm not gonna ignore the fact that he misses a lot of fairways, and that's real bad. So I don't know. I mean,
he has looked a little bit. He's looked a little better than his scoring has been. I don't know. I can't even put my finger on it. I have watched so much Tiger only because I played him in the big tournament takedown I had at the PGA Championship, and then I degened on him the following week at, I think it was the Northern Trust is when he played next. And he's been playing better. I can't put my finger on the stats, won't even tell you. I don't know.
If you look at his oh yeah, his putt, he's gained on approach over 2 shots every single tournament this year. He just can't putt. I don't know what his putting is. It's like he lost the Memorial, then he lost PGA, Northern Trust he lost 2, BMW he lost 4. Like I don't know what. It's so weird. He's like the best putter of all time. It's very odd, but I'll play him because people won't. Because even though everyone always says Tiger's so popular, he's really not that popular anymore.
Yeah.
So
no one plays him. People aren't going to play him. Wow, I just realized we're going to be tilting golf during NFL Sunday. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's the dream. I think the guy below Tiger will be very, very chalk, and I get why. Patrick Reed is like made for a course where you save par. That's like all he does. He does that on like 30 tracks.
And I will say like scores too. It's weird. You're right.
He gets into a zone with that putter. He just like when he won the Masters, he just doesn't miss. He doesn't miss a putt. I mean, one thing I'll say, I keep talking about chalk and everything, and this week I care. I always think ownership is important, and I'm not going to play like the 6 highest owned guys in the slate. But like, I don't think I'm going to take it in near as much account, just because I just want to play my guys who think you're going to make the cut. Because like, if you have a 6 you are so far ahead, you can take down whoever. So that's one of those. But yeah, Patrick Reed playing well, great stats. Fit for this course really well. I don't see a reason to fade him, honestly. All
right, let's go down. Patrick, well, we just talked about Reed, so I guess we'll start with Rose at 8,400 we'll go down to 7,500. There's a lot of names, including the trash can Jordan Spieth. I didn't even play last week. I just saw a bunch of tweets. I didn't even literally look. I saw Stewart Cink won, which is hilarious. I didn't even realize he was in the tournament. And then Spieth missed the cut, which is just amazing.
Do you know how he missed the cut?
No, I don't.
He was garbage on Thursday, made kind of a charge on Friday, and doubles his last hole, par 5. It was so sad. It was like, oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start it off. Let me just start with my boy. This is his hot take. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But I played a ton of this guy early in the season. I kind of got away from him. But I am 100% playing Matthew Fitzpatrick this week. Like, it's not even a debate. Maybe he is chalk. I don't know. But like you said, I don't care. Matthew Fitzpatrick, this is the type of course that he will succeed on. It's not if. He will succeed on. I'm not saying he's going to win. Matthew Fitzpatrick is a lock to make the cut. I mean, I feel like you need him in your cash lines. All this guy is going to do is dink it in the fairway. He's got decent short game, and this dude is mega hot all the time with his putter. This is a tournament where you don't need DraftKings scoring points, so perfect. Plug him in. I like Paul Casey kind of always. And I don't know. He's had a pretty volatile year, but you got to figure. You got to figure this is Paul Casey territory too. I mean, I'm not even going to blink. I mean, this is Paul Casey. This is exactly, Valspar comes to mind, obviously. Tougher track in general. Isn't that where he won? Was it Valspar? Was it, I don't even know.
He's won Valspar, I think, twice. Yeah.
7,900. It's like, what? There's some other names that above him. And, I look at him and it's like, again, if you're making a cash lineup to me that screams value, I don't know. I never get Hatton right. I'll let you talk about Hatton. I mean, honestly, I just never get him right. America loves Abraham Ancer. I was on him like 2 years ago when he was a rookie, and I get it. I already know he's going to be chalk. I just know it. You would think he sets up well here. I don't know, man. I'd rather play Paul Casey or Gary Woodland, honestly.
Yeah, Woodland. People don't play the guys back. I don't know. His off the tee game he's looked lost. But I will say, Fitz does fit really well. I can't stand the guy, so I probably will play him and lose money like I normally do. But he is the right play, probably. Hatton, I think, sets up really well. My favorite play in this range is by far Matthew Wolff.
What? Why?
7,700. He hits a lot of greens. He ranks fourth for me in that. He hits the ball a mile and hits a lot of fairways. He's actually top 20 in bogey avoidance because he's a terrible putter and he hits a lot of greens. He just doesn't make as many birdies as he should. But like we said, I don't think that's as key here. I love Matthew Wolff.
That's a good
I may have caught myself
because he's gonna be lower owned. I mean, that's your pivot.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, again, these guys, like, it's weird. I actually kind of like Harris English. I think after he was really chalk and then he, like, sucked a tournament, everyone's like, okay, now he's terrible again. He's played really well. The guy, I was wondering if you're going to play Rose or Ricky. I kind of like Rose, but he's torched
I never played it. I have not played Rose at all this year. I really haven't played Ricky. But you know what? Those are, like, your MME build, you just go overweight to those guys. I mean, you're right. No one's playing those guys. They're at a weird price point too. But I can already see it now. I can see the leaderboard on Saturday. Ricky Fowler, number 1, Justin Rose 2. They're combined 10% owned. You know how DFS golf goes. So yeah, to your point, I wouldn't be shocked at all. But I'm kind of overlooking them. I'm probably not really on them unless I'm doing MME build.
That's fair. Wow, Louis Oosthuizen 7,600.
Wow, yeah, I guess I always overlook Louis. I'll be honest, I never really play him, but you got to figure this is.
Yeah, I'm just always worried he's gonna withdraw like everyone else is. That's why I never play him. He's like been playing kind of well. I mean, he has gained an approach in his last 5 tournaments off the tee. His last 4 tee to green.
When I think of Louis, I think of the British Open in a way, in bad conditions, and the same goes for here.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. I also lose money betting Louis every tournament, so I might as well play him on DFS for once. I
don't think I've ever bet Louis ever in my life.
I bet Louis at the Masters probably the last 7 years. Never once has he returned value. Yeah, Spieth, boy, $7,500. That's probably like $1,000 too expensive at this point.
Yeah, no one's touching him. Again, he'll probably be in the top of the leaderboard knowing golf, but I'm not touching him. Absolutely not. Here's somebody I'm not touching. No Billy Ho for me. No Billy Ho. No. He's always popular, man. He always is so popular. I mean, I'm not touching him. I got a name right there.
You playing Sergio, who also missed the cut? Dude, my best lineup for the Safeway, of course, had Sergio in it. That was so annoying.
I'm not, because you know what? Sergio has let me down so many times this year, and I have dug into the stats just like you have with Sergio. And every time I'm like, you know what? Process says Sergio's clicking. Boom, boom, boom. And I honestly don't know how he doesn't finish better, because you look at the stats and it's like, all right, he should be at least top 20, top 25. And he's always like 60th.
Like, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I made like a driving blend this week of like fairways, distance, off the tee. And okay, of course, Sergio's top 5. Like, okay, now I'm getting dragged.
He's what you call a loser. He finds a way to blow things. Like, I'm not talking about winning tournaments. Like, he just he's done, dude. Like, I think he's got no gas left in the tank. Like, he just doesn't care. Here's a name. This is a guy I like a lot, and I don't know if he's going to become popular, but the Todd Father. I mean, this guy is on a mission this year, and this tournament screams Todd Father to me. I mean, talk me off the ledge. I mean, I know it's not a sexy. That's the reason people in DFS do not play not the sexy guys, right? They don't like. He's boring. I mean, his name alone, no one wants to touch it.
I just don't want to play an absolute pussy. Like, I just like the guy has no. Like, I would much rather play that same price, but dude, no rates kind of well. I played him too much. There's Bubba Watson.
I played some Bubba this year for sure. I generally always hit well pretty with him, but I'm not touching him here, dude. Screw that. I mean, Bubba, no.
If there's no wind, Bubba's fine. If there's any wind at all, he'll cry. But like, he's third for me in driving, fifth in greens, eighth tee to green, top 20 if my course fit. I mean, the thing with Bubba though, it's so hard. Like, in the first 9 holes, because he'll shoot like a 45, and like it's just kind of all over. Moving down, I got some takes.
I mean, I'm obviously playing Phil, even though I know it's the worst analytical play ever, but I'm playing Phil. I mean, I think he's going to be somewhat popular. You can't not play Phil in one of your main lineups this week. Just my opinion.
I absolutely can. I might as well just like take him out of my I can just take him out of the Excel. Like, it's not like
I honestly hope he goes low owned. I mean, I think people are thinking the same thing. He sucks. His analytics, he doesn't set up well here. I don't know, man. I like his attitude all year. He's been waiting for this tournament all year. You see those Callaway commercials going around with him? It's actually pretty funny.
No, Phil was the social media guy is epic. And obviously, that was hilarious. He went to the Champions and absolutely lit up the course. That was epic. But this is, I don't think this sets up too well for old Phil.
I know. It doesn't set up well at all. But I'm playing him in one of my main lineups. I ain't got a bet on him.
The play of the slate is Martin Keimer at 700.
I was looking at him.
Dude, I like him. I'm playing Stenson at 72. He will miss the cut by 2 shots or 1. That's okay. Martin Keimer, I mean, yeah.
It's interesting. Why? Just because of what he's been doing overseas?
Yeah, I mean, he just I think, he was injured for so long, and he's very volatile. Like, ever since, it's so funny he's casually won, a lot of big tournaments. But,
he shows up for majors. I mean, there's no doubt. Yeah. He's like a poor man's Brooks.
I'm just saying, you have Martin Keimer at 7,100, and he is legitimately better than, most guys in the 7K range and 8K range.
You know what's funny about him? This is going off topic a bit, but, I'm a little older than you, not much, but I have some older friends that they're not boomers, but they're borderline. And, they'll dabble with DFS, but only golf. And when they play, it's usually the majors, because DraftKings will advertise and they're like, oh shit, the Masters, whatever, US Open, I'll make a golf lineup. They always play Martin Keimer, I swear to God, because they're infatuated with what he did years ago. I always find that funny,
because he won the most boring US Open ever. I think he went wire to wire. He's won the Players. It's just funny, he just if he can get super hot. I mean, also he could also kind of I said about Bubba, he could easily just start out and shoot 40 and then be kind of done. But I like him. I want your take on 2 guys. No, dude, I don't know what's going on. Is Brandt Snedeker just bad now?
I guess I never play Brandt Snedeker unless it's freaking at the Wyndham.
He sucks at everything now. I don't know what is going on with him. Matt Wallace is kind of interesting if you want.
He's a gamer. Matt Wallace, that's a guy that is a freaking gamer. I could see it. I probably won't go there, but he is. He's got the pedigree. Interesting to see.
Who you like him? David Kuchar's.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's going to say the same thing. That's why I said it's interesting to see him here. I think it's a great play.
Who is a tremendous course fit for this tournament?
I already know. It's Alexander Norton, of course. Yes. I mean, I'm playing him as well.
What's funny is I actually meant to say that earlier. Yes, he is. But no, dude, it's lower. It's at 6,900. Actually, there's 2 guys. So there's two guys. Corey Connors, dude. Corey Connors, like, you're taking out the worst part of his game. Like, everyone else is going to scoot. Corey Connors hits so many greens. It's insane.
He does. I mean,
like, all he does, he ranks first in my driving model. He literally just hits the fairway and hits the green and then misses all the putts, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, here's a question. Is Ches going to be freaking popular this week? Because
dude, he picked to win last week. He was so close. I'm so tilted. I'm so mad at him.
Why'd you pick him to win? Is he trending in the stat models? I haven't even made any.
Last week, I was like, Ches has been playing quietly well, and he literally, out of 16 par fives, birdied like 6 of them. If he had just birdied the par fives, he would have won like 5 shots, and I would have won like.
So is he going to be the cheapy chalk guy just because he came in third? I hate that. See, guys like that, I don't care. I'm not playing that guy in any of my main lineups. I mean, I say that now. He's for sure not going to be in my main lineup because I don't like playing a guy that's going to be – I'll just guess. I don't like playing a guy that's 14 to 16% owned and he's 6,900. I mean, if he busts, you're dead.
Can I interest you in a guy who ranks 6th for me in course fit and is 6,900? His name is Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, I got a love affair with Keegan. I mean, I play him and I don't tell anybody because I'm embarrassed, but I play Keegan more than I think even you think.
Yeah.
He missed the cut last week. Perfect.
No, that's like you want him to miss. Yeah. Other guys are 6'8", Jason Korak.
No,
dude, Korak,
no
right?
No.
It's going to go bad. I'm going to play him too.
I'd rather play Keegan over Kokrak. I mean, I see the numbers. I know Kokrak's been hot. In fact, I played him a couple weeks ago. Whenever I played last to Wyndham, I think. Yeah, I mean, man, he does look better than I thought. I'm looking through it right now, but I just know Kokrak. He can't handle this course. This isn't a Kokrak course.
Obviously, I'm going to play Kevin Streelman. Don't care, he doesn't hit it far. He's a goat.
Where is he at? I don't see him on here. Oh my God! See, yeah, this is like a Streelman setup in a way.
Dude, casual T3 last week for Streelman. The guy's just.
Oh, so he'll be chalk. Damn it!
I'm fine.
I hate that.
Dude, we think that people don't play Kevin Streelman. The disrespect is so real.
So Streelman is Ches. They're literally the same person, by the way. I mean, you can flip a coin. Honestly, I'd probably prefer Streelman in a vacuum, but I think they're the same exact play.
Actually, I'll tell you the cheap chalk guy. I already know who it is, and I'll probably play him too.
Yeah, it's Joel Diamond, obviously.
And Brian Harmon.
I never play Brian Harmon. You love Brian Harmon.
I actually hate person, but I like playing. He always burns me.
12th place, BMW, 11th at the Northern Trust. I mean, I guess I can see it. I won't be playing him. There's just guys I never play. I probably won't go to Joel just because I'm not going to go to him because everybody plays him now. So it's like the easy out. I would almost prefer Streelman over Ches and Dahman if I had to have a gun to my head right now.
Dude.
Don't get me off YouTube, people.
Streelman is like. I mean, who else do you like down in this ring? I mean, I'm not playing probably anyone in that lower, like, probably the lowest I'll go is if I play Dahman, or I'll probably lose some money on Sung Kangs. I always do.
I mean, the only other person I would take a dart on is Steve Stricker, just because it's Stricker. Like, dude can show up here. Like, why not? I mean, think it around, by the way, is Sinking this? He's got to be.
I don't think so. Even to win, I think that was people were talking about how they should have had that where like the winner gets an entry if you're in, but now he's not in.
Wow, that's crazy because he would have set up ironically really well. Wait, where's Furyk? My boy's not in this. This is a Furyk course.
No,
I can't believe Furyk's not in here. Wow. All right, well, let's finish up. Let's circle the wagons here. Talk to me about a couple bets. Right. Have you put any down yet, or no? Or are you debating?
No, I have not yet, but I did talk myself during the pod. I will be going and betting Matthew Wolff after we get off this podcast. But It's tough because a lot of I mean, that's probably a losing bet. That's probably like a top 10, top 20 type thing too. But if you look at the last 10 years, a lot of the average winner is pretty high up in the world rankings. I mean, like it's the classic thing with a cream rise to the top. So while you might get lower, I'm not betting DJ at 6.5 to 1. He might win, but that's absurd. So I'm not betting that. I'll probably look to bet Wolf. I will probably bet Adam Scott. I think I may have missed a good number on Patrick Reed because I think I want him at like 40. I think he's down to like 33. And then obviously I'm going to bet Tiger, but I'm going to wait till Tiger goes. He's going to drift because people are not betting him.
I like that Adam Scott call because he has the demeanor. Obviously, world class is a charade type of thing, but this is an Adam Scott. He can easily win here for a variety of reasons. He just has the overall game. Been there before, I like that call. I was not considering him really even in DFS, but 8,700 I'm looking at even in DFS. But yeah, betting, that's probably a great call. I'm definitely going to bet Matthew Fitzpatrick just because the odds are pretty decent for somebody that's going to shoot normally what he shoots. I just think he's not doing anything different. He doesn't need to. That's why I really like him for both DFS and betting. And then for the guys that are hanging some numbers, I've had a really, really good year, as of you, in the betting markets over at betkarma.com. Shout out to the squad. I don't like taking guys ever at super low numbers. I mean, I reached with Rom a few weeks ago and got lucky and he hit. But I think the lowest I'll go this week, just looking at it, is I'm going back to Morikawa. I mean, it's house money for me. I love the setup. I love the number on him, but I think I might swallow my pride as much as we joke about it and probably have another bet on the X-Man because his number is actually not that bad. And I don't know how he's going to fit in my like main builds. And it's always like the worst in DFS when like you're on the right guy, but like your DFS lineup sucks. So that's why I love betting. You get the natural hedge with betting. And yeah, some weeks you can win in both markets. But I'll be betting X as well. Him and Morikawa will probably be my two lowest hanging numbers. There's no way I'm taking a bet on DJ, Rom, JT, Rory. I'm not doing it. Yeah, DJ is easily probably should win, but it's golf. He probably won't. So
I get the number. I get the bet. And what is Xander? I don't know if you have odds of what. I just always assume Xander's like out of me. Where I feel like his odds are always less just because he's popular. So that's my only issue. Is like I always. I can't believe I like that Morikawa call. I'm probably gonna bet him too. I honestly might bet Justin Rose and I haven't missed the product so over it.
So Morikawa and the X-Man are both 18 to 1. Man, Patrick Cantlay is 28 to 1. I feel like there's no difference between Patrick Cantlay and the X-Man and even Morikawa. I mean, honestly, like, Hideki's at 35. And again, my card is not out. We're kind of looking at this live, but I can already tell I am 100% going to bet Hideki now that I'm looking at this 35 to 1. And, I mean, that's like I feel like a free square type bet for the card. Cantlay at 28 to 1. Maybe I will rethink X-Man at 18. I'm just so high on Morikawa. The number does kind of suck the more I look at it. 18 to 1. He's probably already been bet down. I mean, he's the same odds as Bryson. Even though we're making fun of Bryson, it's pretty disrespectful, to be honest, to Bryson, if you really think about it. But that being said, 18 to 1 will be the lowest I go. So, it's Hideki. I mentioned Matthew Fitzpatrick, Patrick Cantlay. The rest of my card I'll put up in Discord at betkarma.com. All right, Sam, any final closing thoughts? That about does it.
Yeah, what's your hot take? We already talked about bets, but what's your hot take for either a player or the course in general?
Well, my hot take is I'm gonna have the best weekend ever when Morikawa wins my DFS baseball World Championship Friday. Let's go. I'm gonna qualify for top 3 finish. It's happening, Sam. It's happening.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're all crushing in NFL. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Okay. My hot take is that I think above so the top 8 guys above 9,500, I think 4 of them missed the cut.
I mean, dude, it's actually a great call, and it just goes to show you, like, hey, I'm off. Like I said, Rom, JT, Rory, Bryson. I mean, hell, I'm all down for that. I mean,
Ones were fading. Fucking made the cut.
hey, you know what's going to be funny? Last thing, real quick. We got to finish up. You know the people in Discord, they are going to be all of them are going to be so pissed about their lineups on Thursday, and they're not going to understand.
Why is my guy first? I'm like, he's probably in like third.
Yeah, that's actually the most. I can't wait for that because the people that aren't in the golf trenches like us, they're going to be so pissed all Thursday. I mean, until we calm them down. So that'll be fun. All right. Good luck, guys, this week. We'll be back for the Masters, which, isn't really that long away. I mean, less than 2 months, I guess, ish, plus or minus. And then, fall swing. We'll have some stuff on the site, obviously, potentially for the fall swing, so we won't completely disappear on y'all. And then, as always, everything at DFS Karma for all the sports that are humming and betkarma.com. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Talk to you soon.